Today, I'm gonna tell you how I went from this to this. Let's talk about the time that I gained 25 pounds and lost 25 pounds. To start this story properly, I feel like I should give you a little bit of background knowledge. I have a naturally lean body type. I take after my father's mother. My grandmother had red hair, freckles, and she was tall, lean, and basically just looked like me. I also grew up in a very, very healthy household. We had like an all organic household. There was no such thing as an empty carb. I don't think I ate like regular pasta one time in my childhood ever. I also grew up being super into and super competitive in athletics. I was a downhill ski racer for about 10 years. When you're training so intensively in a sport, your coaches are also teaching you a lot about how to stay fit, how to feed yourself, how to refuel after a really hard workout. So let's fast forward. I'm age 18. I'm about to go off to my first year of university. Everyone, like literally everyone tells you like, oh, freshman 15, you're gonna get it. No fucking way. No, like it's just not happening. I'm a healthy person and I'm gonna maintain that when I go to school. So in first year, I feel like I had this like burning fire inside me. I really wanted to maintain my healthy lifestyle. So I did. I worked out minimum 3 days a week. I ate super healthy. I made sure like I wasn't partying and drinking too much. You're such a loser. I know. I maybe should have partied more in first year, but I don't know. I wanted to stay healthy. What can I say? I was a determined little cat, determined little cat, determined little cat. Over the summer between first year university and second year university, I feel like I just forgot or like conveniently forgot how hard I'd worked to stay in shape. And I went into second year with this cocky ass attitude. Like I kid you not, I literally thought, I don't know how I convinced myself this, but I was like, I don't need to work out and I don't need to eat healthy because look, I didn't gain the freshman 15. I'm invincible. Not the case. Basically, in second year, I just like totally let myself go. I had the worst lifestyle you could ever have. I was going out and partying 5 nights a week. Sorry, mom. And I was drinking exclusively cheap beer because I was on a college budget. We were going out to McDonald's, pizza. At the time, there was like $2 beers, so it would be like a cup like that big. And you'd pay $2 and it would be filled with beer. So why would I buy an expensive drink when I could get beer? I also just stopped cooking for myself. Like why I did this, I have no idea. Like I had a kitchen in the apartment I was living in, just like didn't use it. I would like go to the campus pub and I would order fries, chocolate cake, and like a soda for lunch. Hold up. Who am I? That is actually the trifecta of worst things you can eat. Hello, clogging your arteries. On top of like me going out all the time and eating like total shit, I was sort of experiencing another level of responsibility and stress that I'd never had before. I felt so much pressure to have really good grades, and at the same time I was also pushing it in my extracurriculars because I was just so goal oriented. I mean, I still am now, but then I was like on some like hyper psycho level that like I hope I never revisit. I was president of my sorority or working towards that throughout all of university. Literally when I would interview at jobs for internships in the summer and after school, they'd be like, oh wow, so how much were you paid as president of your sorority? And I was like, what do you mean? Like nothing? It was so much work. So I had this whole new level of responsibility I was experiencing in my life. And if I'm being totally honest with you, I would just eat my feelings. If I was feeling stressed, I'd eat. If I was feeling happy because I got a really good grade on an exam, I'd eat. If I was sad because I went on a date with some boy and he didn't like text me after or didn't want to be my boyfriend, I would eat. I can't believe I let myself do that. It's crazy. So this went on for about 1.5 years, and throughout that time, I basically hid from my modeling agency. They would call me about jobs and I'd be like, oh no, I have an exam, can't do it, because I knew that I wasn't in shape to do any work. Like, I actually, throughout that time, I don't think I ever weighed myself. I never measured myself. I never did anything because I didn't want to know. I was scheduled to go to Milan to model after graduation. This was like kind of the time when I had to like face the music. So about a year in advance, I started preparing to go to Milan, but it was really like 6 months before that I really made the full lifestyle change. I kind of did it like in the worst possible time that you could do this. I was on study abroad or exchange. I feel like people call it differently. I was in Prague, and going on exchange is really like being in that weird university, partying, socializing all the time bubble, but like times a million. All right, so here's the part of this video where I am actually gonna tell you how I lost that 25 pounds once I had like made up my mind that I was doing it. First thing I did was I cut out alcohol entirely from my diet. It's just empty calories. I was like super strict with it throughout that 6 months. Now I'm like, no. You know how it is. Wednesday nights, Tuesday nights, but I'll have a glass of wine, you know, or like a nice cocktail. I'm not like chucking back beer after beer. Don't do that. It's not a good idea. Second thing I did to lose that 25 pounds was change up my diet. There's sort of two parts to that. One part is how you eat and the other part is what you eat. I really had to retrain myself to eat like a normal human being. Like I said before, I was and still am an emotional eater. Literally the other night, my boyfriend was like, you need to not use food as a reward or punishment for yourself. Like, real talk, real for reals, that's a thing. I focused on eating mindfully and really listening to my body. So when I felt hunger, like when I felt like, wow, I'm actually hungry, I would feed myself. And when I didn't feel hungry, maybe I felt sad, or maybe I felt anxious or stressed or happy, I wouldn't feed myself as a way to soothe myself or reward myself. I think that that is really important. In terms of what I was eating nutritious foods, a lot of lean protein, lots of vegetables, healthy fats, and no more eating out at McDonald's at 3 a.m. and no more chocolate cake for lunch. Like, who does that? Who does that? Apparently this girl, I don't know. The third thing I did to help get myself back to my old healthy self was exercise. For me, exercise really just puts me in a healthy mindset. If I was to start my morning with a workout like a jog or exercise video, whatever, it really just mentally set me up for a day of making healthy choices. Whereas if I start my day by sleeping in and I'm hungover, I'm not gonna have a healthy day. I'm probably gonna go out, eat some fried shit for brunch at like 11. That's gonna be it. Another thing that exercise does for me in terms of your mental health, I think it does wonders. Because I'm an emotional eater, this was really important for me. I know none of the things that I'm sharing with you today are like groundbreaking or crazy, or like I ate only watermelon for a week and I lost 20 pounds. I cannot stress enough that shit does not work. It does not work. Believe me, if you want to live a healthy lifestyle, it has got to be a lifestyle. When I was losing that weight, I sort of lived like 100% healthy. Now I live 80% of my life super healthy, and then 20% is like, you know, you gotta live like we're here for a good time. Just saying. That's the story about how I lost how I gained 25 pounds and how I worked my ass off to lose that 25 pounds and get back to a healthy lifestyle. Yeah. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this story time, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!